Before joining Harnham, I was a data practitioner, right? I was a data leader, I was a chief data officer at Lloyd's of London. So I worked with a lot of talent agencies. So I'd come across Harnham, but actually the reality of what I thought of Harnham from the outside versus actually joining was completely different. I didn't realise how big we are and how much of a reach we had. So for me, it was all about actually the global reach that we had when it came to data and AI and analytics talent, but how we try and go above and beyond. We're gonna try and understand the pain point of the customer and try and help them through that solution, which is where I guess Rockborne started in the first place as well. When did you realise that Harnham as a group would be more than just a standard recruitment company? When was that point in time?
So I think it came at the point when you realised that actually we're doing a really good job in supporting our customers in one place, but actually there are so many other pain points that they have, and wouldn't it be great if we as an organisation didn't limit ourselves to just being a supplier of talent for them, but actually a full talent lifecycle development business. And obviously that's where the idea of Rockborne was born out of, initially just with the consultancy model, and then I know you and I spoke at length for quite a while about actually wouldn't it be great if we could also train our clients and actually train the staff within the business. And I know that's been a huge addition for many of our clients.
We've got so many experienced people that can come in and advise on not only data and AI strategy, but talent strategy for an organisation, all the way through to upskilling your teams, all the way through to deploying individuals who can deliver a project for you. And I think that's what makes this so exciting, because it's, yes, we can help you hire people in from junior to senior. We can help you bring in temporary resource to help you fill gaps in your team. But actually we can do a whole lot more, and that's where we're seeing our clients really engage with us, and actually great for the businesses to work together as well.
So what's the one moment in the journey that sticks out for you then?
So for me, like I love seeing people progress through their journey in data, and we're seeing that with our very earlier cohorts who are now not only into their permanent jobs, but they've actually got promoted. They've bought their first house, they're looking at getting engaged with their respective partners. And if you step back from the commercial element of running a business, we have fundamentally changed these individuals' lives who probably wouldn't have got into data because of their degree or their background and so on and so forth. And then when I see these people in actually very senior data roles, picking up the phone to us and saying, can we help with hiring into their teams? I think we're making a big impact there.
Where I get really excited, as you know, is where you can see that we have multiple products, multiple people engaged in an account. And there's one standout where we have a number of contractors working in tandem with a number of Rockborne consultants. We've got permanent employees there who found their roles through Harnham. And then I think we're close to nearly 200 hours of training within that organisation as well. That's the realisation of that goal of really supporting a business in other ways than just, here is a candidate that I think matches this remit.
100%, and I know the client that you're talking about, and I think what the great thing about that client is they've seen the quality of our people across Harnham Perm, Harnham Contract and Rockborne, and actually they've turned around and said, whatever you're doing to these individuals, can you do to our people as well, and come in and deliver the training. And that's led to us doing hours and hours of training with their teams, which we absolutely love doing. So it's such a great example of how we work together. So Dave, how do you think Harnham has helped the industry overall think about hiring differently? Because we are unique in how we do it. So how do you think we've actually helped the industry in that?
I think it's a really good question, because it's a really interesting dynamic, particularly at the moment in the market where you have still quite a high bar for talent from a client perspective, looking for the absolute perfect. But on the flip side of that, the number of people out of work and looking for work means that the application rate to success rate on a role is huge. We're talking, I think the LinkedIn stat was 9,000 people a minute apply for a job on LinkedIn, but only 7 people are hired. Well, actually that shows the disparity there. And yet, a number of our placements come from the network. It's the people who aren't applying for roles. And so where our role is, it's incumbent to talk to our clients about looking for different backgrounds. Where could this skill exist? To make sure that you're getting that right talent, not just the talent. And I think that really leads nicely into Rockborne with the different backgrounds that you hire. So for people who don't know us, what would you describe as the perfect way to work with Rockborne and Harnham?
I think the best way to work with us is engage with any member of our team who won't just try and sell you a particular transactional service. Actually, what we try and do and what we pride ourselves on is understanding the customer's pain point. And I know you and I have done a lot of work on this actually, where actually really understanding the challenges that a data leader is going through at the moment and how our business can support. So if we move on to how can our business support, we can do everything from, you know what, actually we can hire that data leader into the business in the first place, right? And actually with the network that we have across the group globally, we can bring a really, really strong data leader into a business to come help develop the strategy and so on and so forth.
So that's permanent placements. So from exec level down to junior level, right the way through an organization, permanent hires to develop or grow your organization.
So then taking that to the next element of the journey, how can we support? We can provide advisory support, and that advisory could be on the data and AI side from what we're seeing from customers, our own experience of delivering these projects or anything else, to helping them build, helping them with their talent strategy in the first place. So what are the kind of roles they need? What do they need to think about? What does year one look like? What does year two look like? And so on and so forth.
That brings me on to the Rockborne consultant model. Sometimes you don't need that overlay of Harnham. Sometimes you have a need to bring in talent at the junior end of your organization, but you want them to be trained, you want them to be ready to work straight away. And so we have a number of consultants available who will work in your organization for maybe 6 months to 2 years. And then, as we've seen, they stay with the organizations, they develop and they grow within that business.
And then the final part of that journey is all about literacy, training and culture. Okay, so actually what we understand as a business is people aren't going to be hiring all the time and they're not going to need talent all the time, right? But they might see a need, especially nowadays when we're talking about generative AI a lot, they want to upskill their own teams, okay? So we can work with businesses on putting together data and AI literacy plans to help their organization thrive and upskill their entire organization. We've worked with organizations on delivering what I call data training for data people, but also data and AI training for the business. And we've seen hundreds of people go through this. So we're sitting down with these data leaders and the business, understanding their challenges, understanding their pain points, and coming up with clear outcomes whereby we can go away and deliver a plan to them, whether that's around talent, projects, or training, all under one wrapper. And that's where people get surprised around the breadth of stuff that we can offer as a business. What does success look like for our clients when they're using all areas of our business? So whether that's the Harnham brand, the Rockborne brand, or any area of the group, what does success look like for them?
I think success looks like a real simplification of process. We know as leaders in a business, multiple suppliers, multiple challenges, it gives you more complexity. And where I see it really working effectively, utilizing all of our products, is that they know, or a data leader or an operational leader knows that they can come to our business for any area of talent development or talent attraction for their business, be it short-term, mid-term, long-term, development of training. That means that you start to really change the way a business looks and feels about data. That not only is it through hiring of quality data professionals, but it's actually a development of data and AI through the organization that really lifts the standard of a business. So looking to the future, what do you think the biggest impact from our business will be to organizations?
So if I put my my previous the hat of my previous role on. So as a customer, what would I be looking for? Is actually a partner that I could. A partner is probably the right word. Actually a true partner, and it's used as a gimmick a lot in sales strategies. But actually, who's the one partner that I can turn to give me advice on a particular situation, and I know they're not going to just try and sell to me all the time. They're actually going to help me and advise me on the challenge that I have. So for me, I think the data and the AI roles in businesses are only going to expand. Data forms part of everything that we do in a business. We know that as two business leaders. So for me, I think we can help our clients by being that trusted partner who will always put their needs first, right? And that could be across the end-to-end spectrum of data and end-to-end spectrum of talent really as well, and everything in between. So I think for us, I think we're trying to create something really special here, where not only can we be that partner for a business, but we can put a community of people together who can help each other out as well.